All my life, I've wanted to be a gangster. Wait, what? All my life, I've wanted to be a musician, and my grandpa bought me my first guitar when I was 7 years old. So 17 years later, I've had girlfriends that didn't last, random first dates where I just wanted to go home and play Grand Theft Auto, inconsistent girls, but the one thing that's been consistent is my instruments. So in this video, I'm going to be introducing you to the loves of my life. Hey Familia, this is Benjamin, and welcome to Brother Earth. Have you ever wanted to play an instrument? Well, I did for my whole life, until my grandpa bought me my first guitar. I became a musician. I took guitar lessons, learned how to play a few songs. First one I remember is La Bamba. So with that, it just took me down a journey, different instruments, different types, and different types of genres. The part that keeps getting fun is my collection just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I probably won't get rid of any of them. So these are some instruments that I have at my apartment. I have more at my parents' house, but they have a house, I have an apartment, so it's a lot more space for them to keep them. Now the first guitar that I'm going to bring out is Natasha. So my Uncle Eloy gave this guitar to me as a birthday present when I was about 16. So it's a Gibson Les Paul, and to me, it always reminded me of a Black Widow. Hence the name Natasha, because you know, this sexy superhero. The Gibson Les Paul is actually my favorite style of guitar, and this always reminds me that I need to get my dream guitar someday. It's a Gibson Les Paul with the cherry sunburst finish. Of course, having it tattooed on my arm also helps, but back to topic. Speaking of birthday presents, the next instrument in this is my Fender Strat Squire that my siblings Eric, Jessica, and Diego Earth gave me when I turned 8 years old. The guitar is named Hendrix after one of the greatest guitarists of all time, mostly because you'd always be seen burning these guitars as a sacrifice to the music gods, or because fire looks cool while you're tripping balls on acid. I don't know. But what I do know is that he was a great inspiration, and I have never been excited for a birthday present as much as I was that August of 2005. Assuming I actually find a relationship with an actual human woman, and not this weird thing that I'm presenting with these instruments. But seriously though, the love of my life thing is just a metaphor. It's not a cry for help. Don't have to worry. But anyway, assuming all of that, and if I were to have a kid, this guitar is going to be the instrument that I pass down to them when they're old enough. My dad bought me this guitar when he could see I outgrew the acoustic that my gramps bought for me a few years before. It's a Yamaha acoustic with steel strings, and I've had it for years. And to this day, if I ever just want to pick up a guitar and play it, this is the one I grab. So this guitar is named Sexy Sadie. She is my true soulmate. And by the way, Sexy Sadie is a reference to a song by the Beatles, who of course are the greatest band of all time, but we all know that. And before I get to my newest instrument, I want to show you my trumpet. So this is a Bach Stradivarius trumpet, and it's the most expensive instrument that I have. And the reason that it looks like this, very old school, is because it was actually cryogenically frozen. Yes, cryogenically frozen like Austin Powers. So freezing this took off the brass lacquer and left it with this look. So we call it raw brass. I played this trumpet up and down New Mexico. I've played mariachi music on it, concert band, you name it. I've even played on top of my dad's trailer in a parade in high school with my high school mariachi with this trumpet. Which, speaking of, shout out to my parents. There was time, money, and patience that they all sacrificed to get my ass to every practice and every gig that I played. And there was a point that I was in like 5 different bands in 2 different cities. So it was definitely a lot. I think it just takes until you're an adult to realize how much you appreciate it, but I hope they know how much I do appreciate it. And finally, to my newest instrument. So as I mentioned before, my parents, both of them, gave so much of their time, money to invest in my love of music, my abilities. This guitar is no different. So my dad helped me get a deal on this. It's an Ibanez, pretty much brand new. It's my new daily driver when I'm gonna be playing on an amp. Eventually, when I finish the song that I've been writing, this is going to be the guitar that I recorded on. So if you guys would like to see a video explaining how I record using just a microphone, guitar, and an iPad, that's definitely something I could put together. And another thing, I know I introduced all of them by name to you guys, but I don't have a name for this guitar. So if you could help out, this is what it looks like. Beautiful. It's an Ibanez. Give me a name. Leave a comment down below. Help me out. I can't figure out what I want to name this. So those are my instruments, the loves of my life. Expect to see these instruments a little bit more as these daily videos progress. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Please subscribe for more content. And speaking of more content, if you're curious why I'm posting every day, I explained it in this video. And if you just want to see something new that Brother Earth comes out with, you check out this one right here. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and hey, Brother Earth.